Welcome inside the Thermoplex here in Chicago, Illinois, as we welcome you into this Central Division matchup between the Chicago Warriors and the Indianapolis Ramblers. Welcome back to Week 12 of the Simulation Football League, everybody. Eric Vincent alongside Rochelle Colston up here in the broadcast booth. Ron Haynes, Corey Minner in the stats truck, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine executive producing as always. Rochelle, this game is going to mean a little bit more because it's a division game, but also playoff seeding is on the line. We're getting towards the end of that road here.
That's true. This Central Division matchup, Indy's third right now in the Central Division, and Chicago is fourth, tied with MCV. On paper, Eric, these teams look so similar. I would think that, Indy's a little bit of edge on the run game, but both quarterbacks have struggled with interceptions. Both quarterbacks have been sacked a large number of times, even though both teams pretty much have full O-lines. It's really wild. So I think it's going to come down in defense in this game.
Yeah, both these teams, you are right, had similar resumes across the board, similar stats across the board. The only real difference is Indy with a little bit of a stronger run game with Charlie Baker in the backfield for the Ramblers. Type Attack, on the other hand, he runs and guns all himself. So we'll have to see what we have in store for us this evening, as Chicago is going to get the football to start things off, and we'll see Type Attack right away for this Warriors team. Lexington on a bye this week, sitting at 5-5. A win for Indy would put them into a tie for second in the division. Blitz coming from the Ramblers as Patak is going to throw a little bit too far for his intended target. And we'll get a look at the Chicago Warriors on offense here. Ty Patak at quarterback, Norman Gusgus and J.W. Doyle the running backs, Dean Jackson at fullback, Kyle Fenimore, Ryan Arlovsky, Buchanan Simons, John Fullerton the wide receivers, Paulie Truth at tight end, and we'll get a look at the offensive line following this play. Play action for Patak. Pressure coming. He's going to fire it. Far sideline, incomplete. It was into double coverage, but it looked like he had Fullerton out there. And it looks like Telly Mac Scarborough is actually injured on the play. And that's going to be a big loss there if he can't come back into action, Rochelle.
I mean, it's never good when you lose a big defensive player on the second play of the game. That could be big trouble.
So that's going to set up 3rd and long now. Matty Mack, Kobe Beef, Jess Fullerton, Galarza, and Sean Sullivan are along the front 5 there for the Warriors here. 3rd down and 10. Patak retreating, looking, sets his feet, and he's going to take off. He's got open room, plenty of space there as he's going to slide near the 40-yard line. And this is what we talked about with Patak. He runs and he guns.
I mean, what a great call by Patak, seeing that he has no one open. Scrambled, nothing there. Found a big hole in the middle and just took off. And there was just nobody there for yards and yards and yards.
Indy coming out with a man defense look. Patak recognizing that, seeing no one is open, and just taking off with the football, getting what he can. And that sets them up at the 39-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Indy showing blitz once again. They're probably going to send a lot of it here this evening. Play action again. Pressure coming from his backside. Patak avoids it. Throws it. It's a pick.
No.
Going back the other way is Rick Evans. And it's fumbled, and Chicago gets it back. What a wild play to start things off.
I was like, well, wait, it's not going back the other way. It's a fumble. Oh, my gosh. That was a little wild turn of events there.
I look away at my roster sheet for just a hot second, look back, and the ball is on the turf. Well, Chicago, I guess they get a fresh set of downs off of that one. Not a whole lot lost there, maybe about 10 yards or so. And we're going to see our first run here from J.W. Doyle. He'll get maybe 1.5 yards on the play. As we're going to look at the Indy defense here. Mac Dre, Robert Cherry, Sir Ron Yates IV, and Adam Wiseman. Along the front 4 there, Kenneth Gaston Jr., Thomas Matthews, Telly Mac Scarborough, the linebackers. Jermaine Menefield, Rick Evans, Anthony Wyo, and Melodius Manning, the corners, with Jack Russell at strong safety. Patak back to the pass game. Got the throw near sideline. Catch is made. First down. And that's John Fullerton with the catch.
Yeah, I think it's important for Chicago. They're at some point going to have to establish some sort of run game. They can't be this pass heavy throughout the entire game. They've only had one run so far, besides the run from attack, which was huge for 18 yards.
Well, that seems to be the run game here for Chicago all through the season. Patak will throw it through the air, and he's also this team's leading rusher with 300 yards on the ground coming into this ball game. Handoff back to Doyle, trying to find some room, breaking it to the outside. He'll still get maybe a yard on the play. Tackle made by Wiseman.
Yeah, good pursuit by Wiseman, the inside linebacker for Indy. I mean, so far, I mean, 2 rushes in a row, they've totaled 2 yards. 1 yard each.
On the ground again. This time going to Norman Gus, and he'll get maybe a yard. In fact, they'll mark him as a loss on that play, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
We're definitely passing here. Let's see what, unless Patak runs it again.
He's got 4 wide, single back. Going to send Pauly Truth in motion. Patak. Going to check it down to Doyle. Trying to get out of the defender there. Nothing doing as Rick Evans, the guy who made the interception and then subsequently fumbled it back to the Warriors, makes the tackle, and it's a 4th and 7.
Right, good job by Indy forcing the punt here.
Punt here by David Ruish. Good bounce there, but a little bit too much. And Indy will take over at the 20-yard line for their first possession. It's rare that you get an interception on the opening drive, but don't get a crack at the football until after the drive has been completed. But here we are, Johnny Pickler, number 14, under center for the Ramblers. And he'll start off with 4 wide. Empty backfield. Short pass over the middle. Gain of about 5 yards, and that's to Ryan Roosevelt.
I'll take the 5 yards on first down. Quick little pass.
Keeps you ahead of the sticks. Basic math tells me if you get 5 yards on every play, you're moving the sticks. Coming out offset eye, pitch play. It's going to Charlie Baker, the former Fort Worth Toro, and he'll get a couple yards on that play. Sets up 3rd and manageable.
Looking at the Indy offense, I mean, they have 2 fullbacks, but they have no tight ends. And they have 2 halfbacks. So it's a little interesting set up there.
2 halfbacks, 2 fullbacks, so in essence, 4 different backs that they can shift into that backfield. Even though we know Johnny Pickler is a gunslinger. 3rd and 3 here. Handoff goes to Baker, who is met right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Sabo Kanan making the stop, and it's going to be a 3 and out for the Indy Ramblers.
That was a quick 3 and out for Indy. Like I said, defense is going to be very important in this game.
Philip DeField out here to handle the punting duties. As he gets his leg into it. Fielded near the 40-yard line. Nothing really doing on the return by Fenimore as he brings it out to the 39-yard line. 5:25 to go here in the first. Offset eye here for Indy. Excuse me, for Chicago. Patak going to loft one far sideline. Catch is made, and momentum carries him out of bounds. That's John Fullerton, and a gain of 5 on first down.
So I guess we're going to see a lot of passing here tonight.
I would imagine so. I mean, both of these quarterbacks like to pass the ball. Not really a whole lot of run game from either one.
I mean, I said they were similar. I mean, both these teams have been, in the league's 5 seasons. They both have 22 wins each. They're very, I mean, it's almost like scary similar.
Like looking in a mirror. Patak back to the air. He's going to fire it near sideline. Catch is made in traffic by Buchanan Simons, and that'll move the sticks for the Warriors.
Pretty good drive so far for Chicago, finding open receivers, making complete passes.
I mean, really, the only mistake that we've seen Patak made is that interception there, and I think that was mainly because of the pressure he felt coming from his backside on that rollout. Otherwise, he's been fairly accurate with his passes.
Yeah, but the interception is fumble. Does it still count as an interception? I know it does. I'm just being...
Almost threw another one there into double coverage, though. Arlovsky comes up with it somehow, some way, and keeps the Warriors' drive alive.
Wow. Plenty of time in the pocket that time, and I mean, that was a serious coverage. Wow. That's trusting your receiver for sure.
Evans had the interception on the last drive. Melodious Manning is a great corner in this league as well, both in that area. But Patak gets away unscathed, and the Warriors set up shop just on the outer edge of the SFL red zone. Doyle going to get the carry, trying to find some room. Slow going here so far, but he does get 7 yards on that one, his best run of the day.
Not as impressive as Patak's run earlier, but 7 yards is 7 yards on first down. That's a great pickup.
Patak going to roll out, and he's just going to keep it himself. Slides for the first down. It's inside the 10. It's going to be a first and goal for Chicago.
And he's got to find an answer for Patak. You can't just let him take off and get first downs like that. I mean, maybe he needs a spy.
I mean, especially because this is the way that the offense is run virtually the entire season here for Chicago. You got to anticipate that this is how Patak is going to run his offense. Bit of a heavier formation here for the Warriors. Patak still going to throw. He's shuffling, sets his speed. He's going to fire, and catch is made. Touchdown for Chicago. Pauly Truth.
And that time, Pauly Truth just made that look easy. Felt the coverage around him. Patak trusting that he'd come down with the ball, and he does.
Just saw the tiniest of openings there, because it was pretty good coverage on the backside by Anthony Wayo, and then obviously, you saw Rick Evans back there, too. He's been all over the field early on in this ball game, but a good throw there from Patak to get the 6 points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, when you use Patak the way you do, though, there's always a chance of him getting hurt, which always scares me.
Extra point up and good. 7-0 here for Chicago early on. 6 plays, 61 yards. Capped off with that touchdown pass from Patak to Truth. And Indy's got some work to do here. Fielded at about the goal line.
Ooh.
And moving it up the field. Good tackle there at about the 31-yard line. And we'll see Indy come out for their second possession here. Didn't really get a whole lot of opportunity to take a look at them the first possession after they went 3 and out. Three wide I formation here for Indy. Pickler going to throw, fires it, catch is made, and a good move there to shift upfield and get extra yardage by Ryan Roosevelt, and that'll be a first down out the gate for Indy.
Yeah, nice little route. Caught the ball, made progress upfield. Nice little quick throw. Well defended, actually, by number 24 there.
It was K-Magic out there in coverage, yeah. I'm not sure if maybe Roosevelt made a move that kind of surprised Magic a little bit there, but either way, good play there for the Ramblers. Pickler, good pocket. Tipped at the line, it looked like, and incomplete.
That was a little bit of a dangerous throw by Pickler there.
Once again, good coverage on the backside. Both of these teams playing really good defense so far. You touched on it, Rochelle. It's going to be one of those games where defense is going to make a major play into it. Pickler going back to the 4 wide look. Again, checks it down short. That's Charlie Baker. And he'll get a couple yards shy of the first down, 3rd and 2.
And they came out in an empty set once again, back to back, and made a quick little jump off to the halfback. And now you're 3rd and 2, your playbook's wide open.
It's like Chicago anticipating the run. They'll get it. Pitch play, first down yardage and more, as that's Tino Sosa that's able to move the sticks here for the Ramblers.
Nice forceful little run. Found a nice little hole. Great job by number 54 there on the O-line. Yeah, just moving forward and actually tackling somebody downfield.
But, you know, if we're going to highlight it, then sure, why not? Inside the 40-yard line of Chicago, Baker with another carry. Spin move there. He'll get maybe a couple yards out of the deal. We'll get a look at the Ramblers on offense. Johnny Pickler at quarterback. We've seen Tino Sosa and Charlie Baker at running back. Rob Noel and Joel Harleman are the fullbacks. Rob Hunt, Ryan Roosevelt, and Reggio De Niro are the wide receivers. Jamarcus Candy, Chad Rowland, Jimmy Hayes, Hadrian Marlowe, Johnny Van Man, and Anthony Anderson are along the front 5 on the offensive line. Pickler throws into traffic, and it's incomplete. Ball was bouncing around like a pinball over there, but it hits the turf, thankfully, for Indy.
And Sabo Can had both of his hands on that ball this time. He lucky it wasn't a pick 6 going the other way.
Instead, it sets up a 3rd and 8. Much different play call here on a 3rd and 8 as opposed to a 3rd and 2. They're coming back out 4 wide. No backs in the backfield. Pickler, blitz coming, shuffles, fires as he's hit, and it's incomplete. He was lucky to get rid of that football. It looked like he had a blitz coming from the opposite end, and he was not aware of it.
It's very lucky indeed. I don't think he even knew the guy was there. He just happened to just throw the ball and get hit at the same time. Look at that, wasn't a fumble even.
So in no man's land, we're going to see another Indy punt by DeField. Hoping to pin him back deep. It's going to bounce probably around the 20-yard line. Good bounce there, and that's going to be down inside the 10-yard line. Good kick there by DeField, and a long way to go here for Chicago with 45 seconds to go here in the first.
I mean, you're Chicago. You're pinned back deep in your own, end zone basically, and you're a passing team. You have to be very, very careful here.
I've already seen Patak throw 1 interception. Deep in your own territory, it gets much, much more dangerous. From their 8, Patak is going to throw, fires, catches made, first down. In between 2 defenders, only where Fenimore could catch it, and that's a good play there.
For a minute there, I thought Rick Evans had a play on that ball. He did. He went for it. Just a little bit out of his reach.
And Evans has been everywhere here in this first quarter of action. There hasn't been a single play, I think, that we've seen where Rick Evans wasn't in the picture. Patak again. Going to check it down to his back. And Doyle is able to get 6 yards as he turns his legs there. Good play on first down. Sets up 2nd and manageable.
And that time he just drugged the defender with him, basically. They had him. As soon as he caught the ball, he just drugged somebody with him.
Might get one more play here. We will before the end of the quarter. Patak going to sling it on a slant route. And that's caught by Simons. And a fresh set of downs will await us as we hit the end of the first quarter. And a good first quarter so far. 7-0 your score. Chicago over Indianapolis. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Eric Benson alongside Rochelle Colston up here in the broadcast booth. Ron Haynes and Corey Menner in the stats truck. And Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ for us this evening. Thank you guys for making us part of your day. We appreciate you along for the ride. First set of downs here for Chicago after the first down completion to close the quarter. Play action, Patak's in trouble. Oh, and Evans just goes off of him, goes right into the blocker, and Patak is able to complete it to Fullerton. That was a bit of a head scratcher on that one, Ray.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. I thought he was in trouble. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the defender just runs into number 87, and it's a great pass.
Good job so far by Patak. 10 of 13 so far on the evening. There's catch number 11 right there for a gain of 6, and it brings up 2nd and 4.
Now, I like the way Chicago's done. They're not doing anything fancy. It's like 4 or 5 yard passes, making really good passes and finding his open receiver.
Patak's been very patient so far. Not really forcing a ton of balls that we've seen. As he throws one bit into traffic there, looking for Paulie Truth, who had the touchdown pass, and it's going to bring out 3rd down.
But once again, it was a quick little 2-step drop, 5-yard pass. Nothing, like I said, nothing fancy, nothing downfield.
Right, we see a deep shot on this 3rd and 4. Blitz coming. Patak going to throw it far sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Fullerton, but he was absolutely blanketed by Jermaine Menafield.
And Menafield was all over him, and as soon as the ball hit his hands, Menafield just laid the hit on him and knocked the ball loose.
Heads up play by the 7-season man. 2nd here in Indy, so another punt. Fielded just past 15-yard line. Good solid hit right around the 17, and that's where they'll mark it. Nate Hall with the hit. And a long way to go now for Indy to knot this game up.
I think at that point, Nate Hall was just standing there waiting for him to catch it. I think I just would have fair caught that one.
I got to call the fair catch sometime or another. I understand that you're looking to make that big play, but sometimes, self-preservation has to kick in. Now Pickler, kind of a weird one coming out of his hand there. I'm not sure where he was going, but it falls to the turf, brings up 2nd down.
I'm not sure what happened to that pass. It just looked like a duck.
I'm not sure if maybe he was trying to pull it back, and it just flung out of his hand in a weird way, just nowhere near where his intended target was supposed to be. So now 2nd down. Pickler, pocket collapsing, fires it, catch is made, slips a defender. Roosevelt, very popular so far for this Indy passing attack, and that's another 1st down for the Ramblers.
Great composure by Pickler that time. I mean, pressure was, still coming. Took his time, found his open receiver. Great route by Roosevelt getting free. And Pickler caught him right on the run.
Only one other receiver has been targeted so far by Pickler, and that's Rob Hunt. Otherwise, all the other targets and catches made by Ryan Roosevelt. 1st down for Pickler. He'll throw again into coverage and incomplete. Double coverage on that one. Bit of an ill-advised throw as K-Magic was there on the spot and brings up 2nd down.
Double coverage with two more defenders behind it. Wow. He was circled.
Going 5 wide this time with no back in the backfield. Blitz is going to be coming. Pickler throws a pick. He was looking for Roosevelt again, but this time Doug Day was in coverage, able to pick that one off and give the ball back to the Warriors offense.
There's mistake number 1 by Pickler. Patak made one earlier. And I said, both defenses are being very important during this game.
Yeah, that one is definitely one that Pickler's going to want to have back. There were 4 different Warrior defenders in the area. There was no reason to throw that ball. Sets up Chicago with good field position at the Indy 38-yard line. Already up 7. Patak going to check it down as Doyle trying to get out of the backfield. Chased down from behind by Sir Ron Yates IV. And a gain of 3.
Looking at Doyle as a running back, this looks huge out there.
I mean, he's a big boy, 6'2", 242. I mean, that's not
like
necessarily
a linebacker.
small. Handoff goes to Gus. Couple yards on that one, brings up 3rd and 4 on that one. And it is good to have multiple running backs within your stable, but I mean, Type Attack tends to do the running himself in this offense.
I mean, both of these backs in Chicago are huge. 6'4", 240, Norman Gus. Doyle's 6'2", 242. They're halfbacks the same size. It's like, oh my goodness, it's like having a whole slew of fullbacks back there.
Patak on 3rd and 4, finds an open man! Sprinting to the end zone, and he's going to be marked just shy, just barely stepped out of bounds, right around the 1-yard line. Good catch and run by Kyle Fenimore.
He did step out of bounds?
It looked like it, at least from my vantage point. Maybe, yeah, towards the end there.
Okay.
It was close, though. I mean, you see where the ball is spied. It's at about the quarter-inch line, and Chicago's going to go ahead and challenge that one. I don't blame them one bit. We'll take a retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. So we'll take a peek here, Ray. Do you see how wide open he was?
I know, and it's like there was no reason for him to step out. Yeah, he did.
He definitely did, but where was the ball at when he did, I guess?
I mean, there was no reason for him to step out. There was nobody near him.
I know. And coaching staff for Chicago is just beside themselves right now. Hoping to maybe get away with that one, I think. But I think they knew that he stepped out of bounds.
Wow.
Ball literally lined up.
Centimeters, maybe?
1st and goal from the goal line.
Quarterback sneak, I'll call it right here. No, he's not. Well, maybe.
Well. Touchdown Type Attack. What a play by the quarterback. I can't help but laugh at that one. It's a
It's a spin move for no reason. I mean, you gotta love it. And he's not a very big guy either for rushing the balls, but he's only 6 foot tall and 215 pounds. Won't be some of these huge linebackers and cornerbacks. It's like, really? We'll just do a spin move to make it look pretty.
He definitely made it look pretty with all those dance moves, but eventually got it into the end zone. And Chicago with a 14-point lead off of Type Attack's fancy footwork.
Ballerina on the field.
Oh man, no kidding. I mean, shoot, go ahead and line them up at halfback every now and again. Throw the 2nd string quarterback in and see what happens. Coming out of the end zone here, good return out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Indy will get another crack at the football. The SFL convention is headed to Baltimore for the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor, and revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. You can reserve your room now at the special group rates at simfl.net. Indy with some work to do, down 14, setting up shop at the 26. Handoff goes to Baker. And a good run there by Charlie as he gets about 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I think Indy needs to slow their offense down a little bit. Start, utilizing Baker loose a little bit more to slow this game down.
Now going to Sosa on the ground game, who gets 1st down yardage. A lot of fancy footwork out there, a lot of spinning, a lot of dancing. We've seen it all.
Yeah, the spin moves sometimes are more dangerous than what they're worth. Have a chance to get the ball knocked loose, which happens on occasion.
But hey, Indy will take it. They got a fresh set of downs out of the deal. Up to about the 40-yard line, 3 wide. Pickler going to hand it off to Baker, who is met right at the line of scrimmage. Good play there by Sabo Cannon. And we'll get a look at the Chicago defense here quickly. Connor O'Shaughnessy, Darko Young, P. Fedor, and Sean Parent along the front 4. Matthias Citrion, Sabo Cannon, Aaron Gooden are the linebackers. K. Magic, Derek Majors, Ricky Robinson the corners. Alex Bond, Doug Day, and Nate Hall are the safeties. As Baker gets the pitch play there, and he's going to get out across the 45-yard line for a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And Baker's had some pretty impressive runs, lately.
Good yardage for Baker on the season, almost 500 yards coming into today's contest. Leading rusher on the team as Sosa gets the pitch, lowers the shoulder, and is going to get first down yardage for Indy.
I mean, this run game is working for Indy. I wouldn't go away from it. I'd make Chicago answer to stop it.
That really is the difference between these two teams. We touched on it already. Indy with more of a traditional run game, with Chicago sporting the quarterback run and pass option. Draw play goes to Baker, and again, another good run play. 6-7 yards, it seems, every time they touch the football.
Exactly. I mean, you have 2 fullbacks back there. You can interchange your halfback and your fullback every play. Always have fresh legs in the backfield.
So now pitch goes to Sosa, and this time Chicago ready for it. Nate Hall coming in, playing run support on the backside, and Sosa loses a couple.
And that time they had the fullback on the line as a tight end, which, I think would help the running game a little bit.
Pickler to throw on 3rd down. Pressure coming. He fires. He's got Roosevelt again. Another first down for Ryan Roosevelt.
And the Giant Pickler's got to start finding other receivers besides Roosevelt, but Roosevelt's having a great game.
He has been having a great game. 4 catches, 46 yards. But he's been getting the lion's share of the targets for sure. He's got 5 targets. Rob Hunt and Reja De Niro with just 1 so far. Back to the ground game. Baker, shifty moves, getting another 5 yards there off rip.
This is the best drive Indy's had, all night so far. They're using their run game to do it.
It's really methodical, and that's what a good run game will give you. Go ahead and run it, get a good 4 or 5 yards on first down, and playbook is wide open for you at that point. Going to give it to Sosa, trying to go off tackle, and is going to get close to the line of gain. A little bit of a beneficial spot, I think, but 3rd and 1 coming up.
I have noticed about this offense, they don't have a true tight end, but their fullback's always on the line as a tight end.
Yep, and see that right there. Arleman all on the line. Handoff goes to Baker. Baker with the first down. Couple little juke moves there, finding the hole. Good patient run there for Charlie Baker to get the first down.
Like I said, they've only had 1 passing play this whole possession. Been very effective.
Inside the SFL red zone, we'll see what they do here. Pickler with time, going to throw, somehow not intercepted, and Roosevelt is still on his feet as he's able to get a first down and make it a 1st and goal.
How that ball was not intercepted, I'm still baffled. But, great pass by Pickler and great, even better catch by Roosevelt. Wow.
Man, I mean, that is literally only where your receiver can catch it. Derek Majors was not playing bad coverage at all, but Roosevelt somehow comes up with that as we hit 2 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Chicago up 14-0. Indy is driving and you're watching the SFL on YouTube. Let's get a look at Ryan Roosevelt's numbers here this afternoon. Indy trying to get on the board for the first time. Pickler gonna throw a dangerous pass there. Sabo Kanan was reading that one the whole way, and I see the table reservations for 6 over in the far end zone there.
Yeah, the second time Sabo Kanan's had both hands on the ball and just couldn't come away with it.
Second and goal. Pickler gonna hand it off to Baker, and again, anticipating the run is Doug Day. Good stop made behind the line, so that's up 3rd and goal, clock running.
Yeah, if you're Indy here, it's important that you get the 7 points and don't settle for the field goal.
Or a wide single back is Baker. Pickler gonna roll out, has time, he's gonna fire, end zone, catch is made by who else? Ryan Roosevelt, touchdown Ramblers.
And that was actually a contested play. The defender also had his hands on the ball. Roosevelt just yanked it away. That was scary.
There were a lot of bodies out there and not a whole lot of time left. Doug Day making a play for the ball, but Roosevelt sure-handed catch there to get 6 on the board.
And credit the O-line for giving Johnny Pickler a long time to throw that ball. Let that play develop.
And that was a long drive, too. 15-play drive, capped off with that touchdown pass from Pickler to Roosevelt. 75 yards, chewed off over 5.5 minutes off of the game clock. Seemed like it was a quick second quarter there.
I mean, really, a very long drive. Only four passes during that whole drive. So definitely slowed it down the game some, playing more of their, playing more like their offense now.
Chicago will get a crack at the football before the end of the half. Returns out to about the 30-yard line. And we'll see what Type Attack has in store for us on this drive. It's been a lot of the Type Attack show per usual. 13 completions, 142 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. But he's been pretty efficient.
He's always a threat to run, so.
And that's the main thing that you want to watch out for with him. He's going to throw here into coverage, incomplete. Once again, Rick Evans has been all over the field here tonight, Ray.
I think he's a whole defense right now. Or wherever the ball is, that's where you're going to find Rick Evans. What position he's playing tonight.
I find it hard to believe that he just hasn't gotten a whole lot of stats on the board. He's got a couple tackles, gotten that interception, but he's been everywhere. Attack to throw again. Good pocket. Finds an open man. That's going to be first down yardage out across the 45, and Chicago's going to burn their first timeout.
Yeah, nice, beautiful route. Found himself wide open in the middle of the field.
And we talked about Patak's numbers. Very efficient so far. Doyle shifts over to the near side of the formation. Patak going to roll out. Has time. Short, soft throw there, but able to come down and grab it is John Fullerton, and that's going to force Chicago to burn timeout number 2.
That's getting down and helping your quarterback. That ball looked to me like it was uncatchable, and somehow he dove and came up with the ball.
And that's actually the 3rd timeout there for Chicago, so they have no more remaining since they challenged that one and lost the challenge. So no more timeouts for Chicago.
But you had to challenge that. I'm sorry.
I mean, you wanted to kind of get away with one a little bit there, but I don't know if need is the word I'd use. As Truth gets the catch, tackled inbound, so clock is going to roll, and it's 3rd and 3.
Great open field tackle by Jermaine Menifeld that time.
They actually called it incomplete. That's why the clock isn't going.
Ew.
So beneficial for Chicago on that one.
They have plenty of time even without the timeouts.
That's true. Into the outskirts of Indy territory, 3rd and 3. Blitz is coming. It's picked up, but it's tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete.
Was that Evans with the tip on the line of scrimmage?
It would not surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. We've seen him all over the place. Wouldn't surprise me if he was there to tip the ball away.
And the stats people say it was Rick Evans with the tip.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Fair catch called for and made at the 21-yard line here for Indy, and they'll have just under a minute to work with. All 3 timeouts for the Ramblers, though.
Yeah, I mean, you have plenty of time to score here. At least put a field goal up and make this a game again. And you're only 1 score down, but the 3 points would definitely help.
Chicago had all of the momentum there in the first quarter of play. Indy doing a nice job rebounding here in the second quarter. And they'll get a crack at the football to start the second half as well, as Pickler going to airmail it over his intended receiver, and that's incomplete.
I mean, if you're going to make a play downfield, it's best that you overthrow everybody. That way there's no place to follow and you can get intercepted.
That's a good point. And nobody was in the area on that overthrow there. You know, put it where only your receiver can get it. Pickler to throw again. Throws it incomplete, looking for Roosevelt, who has been Pickler's favorite target this evening by a long shot.
That time he was triple covered. I think Chicago's catching on to, they're going to throw to Roosevelt. Let's just triple team him.
So now 3rd down, only 7 seconds have come off the clock since Indy took possession. Pickler going to roll out. He'll fire over the middle. Catch is made by who else? Roosevelt. And Indy's going to take their first time out.
So plenty of time.
Most receivers would be happy to have that stat line through the course of a whole game, let alone a first half of play.
Definitely.
And Roosevelt going to go in motion. Pickler going to throw it that way and incomplete. Actually, he was looking for Rob Noel, who lined up on the line as a tight end. It's going to be incomplete, though.
And that ball just bounced off of Alex Bond's chest.
Yeah, this is a tough safety group here for the Warriors. Alex Bond, Doug Day, and Nate Hall, all really good safeties.
You got Derek Majors and K Magic. Ricky Robinson back in the backfield too, and secondary too, so look out.
Pickler, better look out now! Fumble! And looks like Chad Rowland picked it up. Can't advance the fumble though. So it's going to be a 3rd and 15. Yeah. I mean...
Oh, wait.
Now they're going to review it to make sure that it wasn't. We've seen a little bit of everything here, Rochelle.
It's been kind of crazy.
Let's take another retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetro.com. I don't know. It looks like a fumble to me. Well, and they are going to call it an incomplete pass, so clock is going to stop.
I just love when the biggies on the line get their hands on the ball, like, what do we do with it now?
Yeah, so no loss of yardage. Still 3rd and long.
Okay.
But at least it's not 3rd and 15, only 3rd and 10. Pickler. Gonna throw, incomplete, but there is the flag.
Yep.
And it is going to be defensive pass interference. You can probably see that a mile away, though.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
big mistake by the defense. You can't give them that much shortage. Only 35 seconds left on the clock.
Matthias Citrion, the guilty party on that one. Still 2 timeouts, 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Pickler. Going to check down to Baker, coming out of the backfield. Big hit there by Citrion. And Indy's going to burn their second timeout. 1 remaining.
All you got to do here is get into field goal range. You got 1 timeout left to use.
Plenty of time to do it. Pickler throws in a tip ball once again. He's having all sorts of problems with that today. Sean Parent actually batting the ball down there, and it brings up 3rd and 3.
That was ugly.
It certainly wasn't pretty. Topher Kiefer's long on the season, 47 yards, so they'll probably have to get it within about the 31-yard line or so, but that's not going to do it. Looking for Joel Harleman. It's incomplete. 4th and 3 now. What do you do here, Ray?
We have to punt it.
Yeah, being in no man's land, there really isn't a whole lot of option, unfortunately.
I'd pin him deep and let the clock run out.
That's a good punt, fielded right around the 10-yard line, advance it to the 11 off the return. 17 seconds to go, Chicago with no timeouts, so this will pretty much be the end of the half right here.
Definitely. I mean, worst case scenario, they run a play prevent defense, keep everybody in front of you, the clock runs out. No harm, no foul.
Always the threat of a big pass play here with Patag. As he goes play action, he's looking, he's going to fire it near sideline. Catch is made right around the 30-yard line. And that's Orlovsky with the catch, but that'll be the final play of the first half.
Great prevent defense there, knowing that there's no timeouts. They catch the ball in the open field. Pretty much over. Yeah.
So that'll take us to the half. 14-7 the score. Chicago on top by a touchdown. Pretty quick moving first half of play. Pretty interesting first half of play as we saw a little bit of everything. What are your first impressions?
Well, I mean, both teams came out to play. Both defenses came out to play for sure. I'm glad that Indy finally slowed down the game a little bit by, having that long drive where they actually were running the ball. I think Indy's have to keep doing that to stay in this game. They can't do that, all pass game like Chicago is trying to do.
And certainly not to one receiver either, because Ryan Roosevelt has been getting the lion's share of the targets. He's gotten every single catch and virtually every single target as well.
It's a pretty exciting game so far. Pretty close game.
Our halftime player to watch going to be Ty Patak. He's been very efficient, 16 of 24, 190 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And let's take a quick break. Brought to you by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. Good return here for Indy to start things off. And that'll bring it out to the 32-yard line. Good starting field position and an opportunity to tie the game here.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's still a one-score game. This game's been really close the whole entire time. So let's see if they go back to their run game here. It was very effective earlier.
Eric Vincent alongside Rochelle Colston, Ron Haynes and Corey Menor in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ as Pickler gonna delay handoff to Charlie Baker. And we're gonna toss it over to SFL HQ and speak with Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Cam.
Thank you, Eric. Another edition of the Corbin Cup, and this one's got a lot of defense, but a shifty Riley Quintero who gets away from Charleston. 7-0 Skyhawks. They are nearing the end of the first half. Back to you in Chicago.
Thank you, Cam, as Sosa gets that carry there, trying to find any sort of room, does not get it, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 here for Indy. I mean, their playbook's wide open. Let's look for Roosevelt.
Instead, it's going to be a run play. Baker trying to find any room, runs into the same problems as Sosa, and only gets 1 yard. Doug Day coming up to play run support and forcing the 4th down.
Great job on defense by Chicago. They made some adjustments, maybe to stop the run game during halftime.
So to field with another punt. Fair catch called for right around the 20-yard line, and that is where they're going to mark it. Kyle Fenimore with the catch there. An interesting ball game between both of these squads. Chicago with the early edge with 1 half in the books. Patak looking particularly good through the air and on the ground. And speaking of the ground, he's going to hand it off to Doyle, and JW gets maybe a few yards there, but pays the price for it.
Love that neck roll on the running back. I'm like, okay.
It's a shout out to the old school running backs. You know, the neck rolls, the back plates, all that fun jazz.
Like I said, it looks like a linebacker out there, kind of scary.
Patak to throw this time, throws it incomplete over the middle of the field. Good coverage out there by Kenneth Gaston Jr., the linebacker, able to get a big old mid on that one.
The linebacker just being in the perfect position to make a play on the ball.
So now 3rd and 6. Indy showing blitz. They'll send it. Patak's in trouble. Avoids it. Gonna fire it. It is incomplete.
Wow.
Fenimore just could not reel that one in and knows that that's on him.
I mean, what a great job by Patak. I thought he was dead to rights back there and somehow got free. That's one strong quarterback. That's all I can say.
We've seen him get out of a couple sticky situations here this evening, and that one was very impressive. Shame for him that he wasn't able to complete the pass. Low snap on the punt, but gets away.
It was still a perfect throw, actually. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the pass at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Was not on Patak in the least bit. That was 100% on Fenimore. So 2 punts to greet us coming out of the locker room here. Indy still with an
defensive game.
Yes. Both team stats looking pretty close as Pickler's going to throw over the middle. Catch is made, and that's going to be a 1st down. That's actually Rob Hunt, first receiver we've seen make a catch other than Roosevelt in a while.
Welcome to the game, Mr. Hunt.
He had 1 other target in the first half, but otherwise off of the stats column until now.
Good job by Pickler. Realized that he has more than one receiver on the field.
Yeah, and you kind of see it in his numbers tonight as well, 10 of 23. Not a great start for Johnny as he's going to throw it near sideline, and that's Roosevelt once again, this time with a 3-yard catch.
I mean, that time Johnny just felt the pressure. It was coming from all sides. He decided to dump the ball. Smart move.
It's almost like he had a sixth sense of where Roosevelt was going to be. Coming out offset I. Handoff goes to Baker. And he's going to get maybe a few yards on the play. But it brings up a third and manageable here. Opens up the playbook a bit more for the Ramblers.
Yeah, last time they were in this situation, I think they chose to run the ball and they didn't get it. So I'm expecting to see a pass here. Interesting
Split
formation.
backs. Yeah, split backs too wide. Pickler rolls out, throws quickly, but it's picked off by Doug Day. Ill-advised throw there, Ray. Threw it across his body in the middle of the field. That is no numero uno if you're a quarterback.
That's a recipe for disaster right there. I mean, Doug Day just didn't have to move.
Rob Noel was coming out on a route, lining up as a tight end in the formation. But Doug Day was waiting for it the entire time. Pick number 2 on the evening for him. Doyle going to get a carry. Good stiff arm there. Good gain of 3 or 4 yards as well. As that brings up 2nd and 6.
And that was just pure beast mode running down the field, just knocking everybody out of his way.
Well, that's when it pays to have a linebacker line up at running back, you know.
All their backs are like that.
Speaking of which, Norman Gus checks in the game, 6'4", 240.
Exactly. They have great fullbacks.
Gonna take off and run, slides, and that's gonna be first down yardage for Ty. As we've pretty much seen the entire run game here for Chicago, but it works.
Yes. Every time I see Patak take off, he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt.
It's certainly not something we see a ton of here in the SFL, but Ty Patak, he is a unique individual for sure. Fullerton in motion. Handoff goes to Doyle. Tries to get a little bit out of the deal. But a good play by Adam Wiseman to wrap up there. Only a gain of 2.
I'm pretty sure right now Patak is leading the rushing yards for Chicago. And he is.
Patak gonna throw. One-handed grab there. Nice grab by Fullerton. And that's going to be our nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23.
That time, Patak saw his receiver wide open, moving down the field, caught his receiver on the run with a one-handed grab, and that was beautiful.
Very impressive catch to extend the drive for the Warriors. Over 200 yards through the air for Patak, another 34 on the ground for him. Doyle with the carry. He's going to get 5 yards. And it seems like it's death by 1,000 cuts with this offense, the way that Chicago likes to run it.
Definitely, that was a great run by Doyle, 5 yards. I think it was probably his longest run of the night.
Patak retreats, sets his feet, fires, catches made. And that's going to be Finnemore. Close to the line to gain. Still going to be a 3rd and short coming up here.
I think it was like a 2-yard pass.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Completed his last 5 of 10 passes. Third and 3, and a QB sneak. He just goes right away. Didn't even think about it. Slides down and gets the first down. That's type attack in a nutshell.
If you're a defense, how do you stop that?
It's difficult. It is difficult. Attack, got a throw, catch is made by Finnemore, and that's going to be into the SFL red zone and another fresh set of downs.
Right now, Chicago is just rolling down the field, using all various weapons and making various positions and just doing Chicago things, I guess.
Well, that's why I was saying it the way I did it. It's death by 1,000 cuts, it seems. You know, a little dink, a little dunk, and then take the top off the defense for a good 10 to 12 yards. And there's some dinking and dunking right there from J.W. Doyle. He doesn't get much, but he'll get what's needed. And this is exactly how this offense ideally is supposed to run for Chicago.
You only got, like you said, there's nothing fancy. There's nothing like, you know, these long passes down the field. It's like just chip away.
Going back to the ground game, this time with Gus, and he'll get another couple of yards, bringing up 3rd and 6.
I guess it's Chicago's turn to slow the game down just a little bit.
They are definitely controlling the time of possession with this drive for sure. Patak looking, retreats, fires, incomplete. That maybe wasn't where he wanted to go with the football. Orlovsky was there, but so were 3 other Rambler defenders.
And Rick Evans on the play once again.
Hey, you know, we haven't called his name in a little bit. I wonder if he took a coffee break or something.
Well, I think he's that involved in the run game.
So we'll see a field goal attempt here for Chicago. And Christian Ronald-Sue knocks it through. 10-point advantage here for the Warriors.
That was lovely, Eric.
Oh, thank you. I'm from the South. Kick calls are, you know, they teach them in school.
Our first field goal of the evening.
And, you know, I was waiting for it, too, because I love CRS. You know, he's one of the best kickers in the league.
You like his name?
Yes, I do.
Nice return.
Good return here by Owens. And he'll bring it out almost to the 40-yard line. And he's had a couple good returns there. Still not out of this one, but they got to get some sort of offensive momentum going.
And I think it starts with their run game, even though Chicago had an answer to it on the last drive.
And with that long drive from Chicago, certainly limits the amount of opportunities that you're going to have if you're Indy to get yourself back in this ball game as well. Pickler looking, and he's going to take off. Got some space, good stiff arm there, but gets tattooed right at the line to gain. And going to mark him just shy, 2nd and 1.
Smart play by Pickler, realizing he had no place to go with the ball and just took off running. I thought he actually had the first, but
I thought he did as well, but here we are, 2nd and 1. Pitch goes to Baker. Baker trying to get enough room, and he does, just barely. Second effort gets him the first down.
And to me, the Pickler one was closer than that one, but
we've seen a lot of suspect spots here by the league officials. Back to the ground game with Sosa. Sosa will get 2 on the play there. Chicago doing a good job with the run defense, but you know, this is kind of how Indy likes to operate.
Right. We got to stop on that, you know, right after the half with the run game, and Indy's still going at it, so.
Pickler over the middle, catch made by Hunt. And it's going to be another first down, and we'll cruise into Chicago territory.
Nice play by Picker. Yeah, couldn't find Roosevelt, but he found Hunt in the middle of the field.
Well, it's been Roosevelt and Hunt. That's been the only two guys that he's gotten a completion to. Roosevelt with, again, the lion's share of it. Been the favorite target by far for Pickler.
Nice 20-yard pickup there.
Yep, and that'll set them up nicely here for the fourth quarter of action. We've reached the end of 3. 17-7 is the score as Chicago is on top by 10. And we will pause for just a moment for league rights.
The presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Back here in Chicago, Illinois, Eric Vincent alongside Rochelle Colston, Ron Haynes, and Corey Menner in the stats truck for us this evening. Mr. Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Here at the Thermoplex with their hometown Warriors holding a 10-point advantage. And a first down run for just about nothing as Matthias Citrion makes the stop.
Yeah, big play by Citrion. Big stop.
Second down from about the 28. Delay goes to Baker and gets maybe about 5 or 6 on the play. Sets up third and manageable.
Yeah, third and very manageable. Your playbook's wide open. You never know what they're going to do. They can run or throw from 3rd and 4. They're in field goal range.
Definitely in field goal range, but down by 10, you can kind of take your pick here. If you end up getting stops, you're going to need the field goal anyway, but a touchdown be ideal. Sosa with the carry, spin move, still on his feet.
Nice.
Dino Sosa is almost going to get the line to gain. Unbelievable. He is just beside himself. And Indy is too, as they're going to throw the challenge flag. And we're going to get a retroactive look at the play once again. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com.
Can't wait to see the replay.
You know, watching it in real time, I was convinced that he got it again.
Oh, yeah, he got it. The ball's on his right hand.
Even from that backhand, this is a better one. Yeah, it looked like it was pretty much on that line to gain.
If not centimeters.
And the field, the calling on the field is going to stand. Indy going to lose a timeout on the challenge.
Wow.
And this is a big decision here for Indy. Do you go ahead and take the points, or do you go ahead and try and go for the 6 inches?
Taking the field goal.
And Ramblers are going to set up for a 35-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, and it loops through the uprights to make it a 7-point ball game. 8 plays, 42 yards, 2:50 off the clock. Pretty easy drive there for the Ramblers as they cut the lead to 7.
Still a 1-score game here.
Just under 9 minutes to go. Plenty of opportunity here. And still a solid ball game between the two. Fielded from inside the 5, right up the field they go, and to about the 31-yard line. How many likes do we have on this video so far? It's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you got notifications turned on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. First and 10 for the 31. Patak with blitz coming, sets his feet. He's going to fire. Finnemore had the grab, but it was poked free at the last minute by Jermaine Menefield. Good tackle.
Yeah, nice hit. Not going to jar the ball loose because that had been a big play.
Tack 218 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Tossing another 38 yards on the ground for him. Blitz coming again. Patak in trouble, trying to find any sort of room. He'll get somehow 4 yards out of the deal because it looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield.
Yeah, number 98 there. Mac Dre had his sights set on him and was chasing him down no matter where he was going.
Good speed there by the defensive end. Big 3rd and 6 here for Indy. Attack, pump fakes, throws, catches made. Paulie Truth had a touchdown grab earlier in the first half and a big catch there to extend the drive.
It wasn't bad coverage at all. I mean, number 37, number 35 are right there. Anthony Wayo and Mudis Manny right in the area where the pass was thrown.
It's been that type of game for Patak. He's just been able to see these receivers really well and place it where only they can catch it. Patak got to throw again. One-on-one coverage, catch is made by Fullerton, who's still on his feet and eventually gets dragged down by Thomas Matthews, not before he gets first down yardage.
Great job at catching the ball, turning the ball upfield, and breaking tackles along the way for a receiver.
Great play there. A little bit of hand fighting with Menefield. Avoids a couple tackles, eventually gets brought down. I think that's been the difference so far between the two teams, is that Chicago's had those playmakers making plays like that. Indy just hasn't had a whole lot of that thus far. Patak gonna throw again, finds Finnemore, and Finnemore just barely gets out of bounds. Good catch there for a first down, though.
Still trying to figure out, you know, he got behind the defender, and, well, if he wouldn't have gone out of bounds, he'd have been in the end zone.
Yeah, I think the momentum trying to slip the tackle there is what kind of pushed him out of bounds. But again, just another pinpoint ball by Ty Patak. He's just been on another level tonight. Another blitz. This time it's going to get home. We've been wondering all night when it was eventually going to get there, and 3 different Indy Ramblers were able to bring down Patak for the sack.
Yeah, he wasn't getting out of that one, Eric. I'm sorry.
Now, you had Matthews coming in. You had Mac Dre coming in. There was no escaping that one. Loss of 6 for Patak. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. Anthony Wayo in coverage. And it looked like Arlovsky was the intended receiver.
I didn't even see a receiver in the area, to be honest, but you saw more than me then.
Yeah, someone was there. Third and long now. Indy going to have to get a stop to keep themselves in the ball game at this point. Attack, throws, catches made, another first down, and another throw into coverage. Paulie Truth this time with the catch, and a first and goal for Chicago.
That's the second time tonight that Paulie Truth has caught the ball in heavy traffic with the defender just about hanging on him.
To see his numbers on the evening, good productive night for the tight end. More importantly, ends up being a first and goal. Chicago trying to put the final nail in the coffin and get a dub here this evening at home. Attack, quickly takes it, he's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown Warriors.
Before I can say watch Patak, he was already in the end zone. Wow, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean,
with the goal-to-go situation like that, and you're situated about the 1.5, 2 yard line, you got to anticipate that that's coming. And Patak is just an expert at snatching that ball from under center and just going. No wasted motion.
Yeah, give credit to that O-line, man. Doing a great job of letting them get through.
Extra point up and good. 14-point advantage for the Warriors as the clock is dwindling down, under 6 to go here. Indy losing a timeout on a failed challenge attempt, so only 2 timeouts for them the rest of the way, and a 2-score game.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit of panic time for Indy.
See some good returns here from Owens. We see another one, and it is a good one out across the 30 to the 34. That's actually Looker with the return there. Patak with 2 rushing touchdowns this evening. He's had 2 the entire season, which is a wild stat, but that's basically been the game plan, and we've seen it from the get-go that type attack was going to be the rushing attack and the passing attack. Marcus Dunhill leads quarterbacks with 5 rushing touchdowns, by the way.
Another quarterback that's kind of hard to predict what he's going to do either.
I'm very familiar with that quarterback.
I know.
First and 10 for the 34, just under 6 to go here for the Ramblers. Pickler going to pitch it over to Baker, trying to find a little bit of room, but the Warriors defense has done that to him virtually the entire evening. I think he's had a long run of about 5 or 6 yards, but that's about it.
In the first half, they had that one drive where their run game was on fire, and ever since then, it's kind of, Chicago has their number now, the run game.
Pickler to throw, checks it down to Sosa. Good play there, almost gets the first down, tackled out of bounds with a short yard to gain.
And that time, Pickler's just taking what the defense is actually giving him, not forcing anything down the field.
Like you said, it gets to be panic time almost. You kind of start to force things that you wouldn't necessarily want to. See if that's what happens here for the Ramblers, as Baker's going to get the first down near midfield.
I mean, they have to score here. They have to score 7, and then do the onside kick and hope they get the ball back and score another 7.
Depends on how quickly they can score this 7. If they can get it on the board pretty quick, you almost trust your defense a little bit, but we're getting kind of close to that line in the sand as Sosa gets another carry, and he'll get a couple of yards. No huddle here.
Ooh.
Not a great formation.
About to say the same exact thing. Oh, well.
Oh, wow. Nice little snag there along the far sideline. Fresh set of downs here for the Ramblers. De Niro had that catch on the last play. Hunt's now with this catch here, and he'll get tackled out of bounds. Only a gain of 1, and the Ramblers will reset.
But the good news is the clock, did stop.
An opportunity to catch their breath, get a couple plays in the huddle. Still going with the single back look. Baker is that single back. Pickler over the middle, catch is made. Looker with the catch, and that's going to be a first down inside the 30. Pickler.
Nice.
Roosevelt slips the defender. It's close to the end zone. They'll mark him down at the 1.
Wow. That's not even the 1. That's like the 1 centimeter. Again. And with throwing, what's he doing?
Pickler goes no huddle and throws that one. I'm with you. You're on the 1-inch line. What are you throwing it for?
Oh. That was scary.
I mean, that ball is basically touching the goal line.
We should just, we have to see a quarterback sneak here. We have to. No, what?
Baker with the throw, and it's going to be a catch, but a loss of a
happening?
couple. Backs him up a little bit. That may give him a little extra room here for play action. Throws, it's incomplete! Unbelievable!
You have to go for the touchdown here.
Tyrone Davis could not be any more wide open, and he could not reel it in. Indy fans are beside themselves right now.
Who gets to the goal line and passes?
Probably going to see it again here, just judging by the formation.
Oh my gosh.
Roosevelt in one-on-one coverage here at the bottom of formation. We'll see if he goes that way. Instead, he's going to roll out. Pickler looking, going to fire it. One-handed interception. Interception number 3 by Doug Day.
Okay, now we have a hat trick on defense by Doug Day. I'm still shaking my head about the throwing from the the one inch line on the goal. I don't understand. A great defensive play by Doug Day.
It had to have been the game plan that they had. and Pickler just wanting to stick to the game plan, whether they're that close to the end zone or not. That's the only thing that I can imagine.
He could have snapped the ball and just pushed the ball over with his hand.
Patak avoids the sack, throws incomplete. Looking along the far sideline for Simons. And I'm with you, Rochelle. It's one of those things where you look at it and it boggles the mind that's the mindset that you're going with. That's the play call that you're going with. And then to make matters worse, your tight end drops a wide open ball.
Yes. That didn't help matters any at all.
Attack.
Oh, here we go.
Stepping up. He's going to run. Gain of 7 yards. That'll keep the clock going. That's all Chicago wants to do at this point.
Let's hope they don't throw the ball.
I mean, that's the bread and butter is throwing the ball. So.
Okay. So Type Attack has more rushing yards than all the backs combined for Chicago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, you've seen him run. Is that really any surprise?
No. You're averaging 5.2 yards a carry as a quarterback.
3rd and 3. He's doing a good job letting the play clock run all the way down. Trying to go ahead and get sneaky again with that one. But Kenneth Gaston Jr. lays a big hit on him, and Indy's going to get the football back.
Yep. Well, you know, they get a quick 3 and out.
It's certainly not out of the realm of possibility for Indy to get back into this one. It's a long shot, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. See if they punt it here or just let it go to 2 minutes.
I would say let me go to 2 minutes. No, oh my goodness, really?
It's that kind of game. Good punt, though. Fielded just shy of the 40-yard line, and we'll have the 2-minute warning at 1:55 to go. Indy with 2 timeouts, down 2 scores. They got a lot of work to do as you're watching the SFL on YouTube.
Okay. Let's just move on from that.
I don't sense a lot of belief in your voice, Ray Ray. Come on, let the people believe.
I was like, why would you snap that ball? Just go to the 2-minute warning. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Pickler to throw on 1st down. Incomplete. 1:52 on the clock, looking for Rizzo De Niro.
Yeah, I think Pickler's going to be forced to throw the ball and throw long passes at this point, which could be disastrous.
Pickler having a bit of an off night tonight, only completing 50% of his passes and throwing all 3 of his picks to Doug Day tonight.
And just don't throw anywhere near Doug Day.
Best of luck with that one. 4 wide single back for Indy. Pickler gonna throw it over the middle, incomplete. Looked like he might have been able to get away with that one, but good coverage by K-Magic.
He went after a different defender that time. Type Attack pointed out that they came here to play football, not clock management.
That's fair.
We can see that, Ty.
That's fair. To each their own. We're not here to judge. We're just here to comment on what we see on the field. Pickler in trouble! Fumbles and it goes in. What is happening tonight? What is this? That's twice now we've seen that.
We're going to see a challenge here, too, on me. Come on.
That is twice now we've seen that. This time it just falls right into the hands of Adrian Marlowe. Didn't even have to pick it up off the turf that time.
No. Oh, no challenge, no nothing. Okay.
Pickler throws into traffic, and it's incomplete. Looking for Rob Hunt.
I'm to the point where I almost have no words.
I mean, that's exactly where I'm at, you know? I mean, you've got 6 different guys wearing different jerseys in that area there, and that was where the ball was thrown, and it just caps off. It encapsulates the evening that we've had calling this ball game. Split backs, just over 90 seconds to go here. Chicago 2-score lead. Patak got to check it down. Short gain there, just gain of a yard, and Indy's going to bring their first timeout. We will toss it over mercifully to Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Cam.
Thank you, Eric. Charleston and Carolina battling in the Corbin Cup, down 21-6. Charleston in a panic situation, trying to get a touchdown in the end zone, and John Lakeman is picked off by Davidson Joseph. It looks like it will be a 4-way tie for second in the East. Carolina trying to put this one away. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam, as Indy burns their third and final timeout, I should say. And what a wild ride. I mean, the East was already insane a couple weeks ago, and now it's just getting even crazier.
Yeah. Kind of like this game.
No kidding. No kidding. Carolina playing some good football as of late. Got an upset win on the road against Baltimore a week ago, as Patak is going to run once more. He's going to get a first down, and that'll be that, as they say. But man, oh man, just interesting evening so far in the SFL.
Type Attack down to 55 rushing yards on the day.
Very impressive game by him. Almost thrown for 300 yards. Rushed for another 55. He's rushed for 2 touchdowns just tonight, when he had that number through the course of the entire season up until now. And it looks like Patak is going to take a knee, so that'll eat into his rushing total for the evening, unfortunately for him. But that is pretty much going to put us to the end of the ball game. We'll probably see one more kneel down here, just to be on the safe side.
I've never seen the clock and the play clock be even like that.
It is very, very close. It is hard to say one way or the other how it's going to go. Well, next week, Indy's got Lexington, which is another division matchup for them. Playing 4 and 6. I mean, that's going to be an opportunity for them to still move up that division standings there in the Central. And Chicago moving to 3 and 7. They'll take on Albuquerque in New Mexico next week. Final score, 24-10. Chicago getting the win over the Indianapolis Ramblers. Any final thoughts that you got here tonight?
Like I said, I've thought before, it'd be a very defensive game, and defensive game it was. Ramblers couldn't get their run game going in the second half, which I think was, the big key point for them. The 3 turnovers was a killer to Doug Day tonight, and that's about sums up the game for me.
Yeah, just an impressive showing by Doug Day to get a hat trick of interceptions here this evening. He's got to be my player of the game, even though, you would love to give it a Type Attack for his efforts.
Definitely. It's 50-50 there. I agree.
We'll do one on offense, one on defense. Type Attack and Doug Day. We'll share player of the game with you guys. Well, on behalf of Rochelle Colston, Ron Haynes, and Corey Menner, Commissioner Cameron Irvine, my name is Eric Vincent. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a great rest of your nights, and we'll see you later on.